Hey guys, welcome back to another Big Meat Sunday. Thanks for coming back. I know it's been a little while. Things are hectic around here, but tell you what, got some time for a video, and we are going to do what I'm calling $200 chili. It's a little cumbersome, a little labor intensive, but I tell you what, you guys, you stick with me, follow this recipe, I swear to God, you're going to have a whole bunch of happy people. So you guys know what to do. Hit that sub button, check me out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and best of all, stick around. All right, so one of the secret ingredients for this chili and what makes it so amazing, instead of ground beef or chuck or whatever, I'm using short ribs. And the beautiful thing about these, there are tons of marbling in them. If you look at that, there's just tons and tons of beautiful marbling. After you braise that in the chili, it just falls apart. It's just like, I call it meat pudding. It sounds disgusting, but it's delicious. Trust me. So what we want to do, we're going to get these out of the package and set on a sheet pan here, and we'll get to season them. All right, so we have it out on the sheet pan. One of the reasons why this is so expensive, $200 chili, this is the main reason. These are pretty expensive, but I tell you what, it's well worth it. We're going to give them a nice liberal coating of salt. And we're going to hit them with some cracked black pepper. Next, some granulated garlic. And this is optional, but I like my chili pretty spicy, so what we're going to use is some chipotle chili powder. Not a ton, but just to impart that smoky, kind of sweet chili flavor. And add a little bit of heat. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to flip these guys over, do the exact same process with the seasoning. Then we're going to take them out to the Primo XL oval, where we're going to smoke them at about 250, 275 for 3 hours-ish, till they come up to about an internal temperature of 160 or thereabouts. It's going to render that fat. Tell you what, you guys, the smoky in this chili just makes it awesome. We're going to get them out to the grill right now. Okay, I didn't mention it, but out on the smoker, that's about 10 pounds of short ribs. It's going to condense, it's going to get smaller. It's not going to be by volume that much meat. It's going to be a lot of rendering. Plus, when we braise it in the chili, it's going to get condensed even more, so to say. Trust me on this, it's going to be epic. Right here, we got 1.5 pounds of bacon. I got another package of it over here. What we want to do is cut it up into small pieces. I don't know, about this big. You know, yeah, about so. Quite the pile of bacon, don't you think? Okay, this is 3 pounds of bacon. I have a 4-gallon stock pot here. We're going to render the bacon off in the stock pot. Then we're going to take the grease out of the pan as much as we can get. We're just going to drain it off. Then we're going to go to town on some veggies. Stick around. So I just started cutting up some vegetables here. I have 2 pretty humongous white sweet onions, 6 bell peppers, any color you like. I like the red and the yellow and the orange just because they're a little sweeter than the green. So what we're going to do, we're just going to get this stuff cut up. Once the bacon is done rendering and nice and crispy, we're going to drain that stock pot of all the grease that's left over, and we're going to drop this stuff in there. So let me get this stuff cut up and we'll show you what's coming up next. The bacon's done. The short rib out on the grill. It's been about 2 hours, 2.5 hours, something like that now. That's going to be done pretty quick here. We're going to take our vegetables that we cut up earlier. I've drained the fat from the bacon. We're going to take this over to the stove, dump it in the pot. We're going to brown these up, get them so they're translucent, sweat them out a bit, and then we're going to put together a killer seasoning that we're going to dump in when we put the meat. Going to be awesome, you guys. It's laborsome. I told you it's going to be tough, but it's so worth it. Stick with me. So close. The meat's going to be finished here any minute, but before we go pull it off the grill. I want to throw together our spices that are going to go into the pot with the meat. So I just noticed here that I'm way short on cumin, so I'm going to be going out to the store here. But in the meantime, I'll just tell you all the ingredients that go in here just for convenience. There should be about 3 tablespoons of cumin here. I don't think there's more than maybe a tablespoon and a half, so we're going to double that up. Chili powder. We're going to use a boatload of this, about probably a half a cup to 3/4 of a cup of chili powder. Kind of adjust as you're going along. Pepper. I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of pepper. Probably the same amount of salt. Chili pepper flakes. Who doesn't love those? This is optional, obviously. If you don't like really spicy stuff, you don't have to include these. I do, so I'm going to do about a tablespoon. Garlic powder. 2 tablespoons to start with. Let's call it 3. Onion powder. Same amount, about 3 tablespoons. Adobo seasoning. This stuff is delicious. We're going to do 2 tablespoons of that. And cinnamon. We're going to do just about half a teaspoon, somewhere like half a teaspoon, somewhere in there. And then that's about it, guys. We're going to get this mixed up. We're going to add it into the pot with when we cut our short rib up. This stuff is going to be killer. So, finally, 3 hours later, we got our short ribs off the queue. They smell incredible. So what we want to do, take each one of these guys and we're going to cut them up into little bite-sized morsels. Give you an example. You're going to cut it in half like this. Then you're going to take this, cube it in a quarter. Does that even make sense? Cubing it in a quarter. This is what we're left with. 4 pieces, right? Doesn't that look great? We're going to take these and just slice them into small pieces. And I tell you what, these are delicious as is, but I tell you what, after braising in the chili for like 3 or 4 more hours now, these are going to be just melt in your mouth killer. I'm going to get this chopped up. All right, the meat's all chopped up. We're ready to go. We're going to take it over to the pot. We're going to dump it in along with our vegetables. We have our seasoning mix that's going to go in on top of that. And then we're going to take, here's a mind blower, orange juice. We're going to use about 2/3 of this half-gallon container of freshly squeezed, not from concentrate orange juice. And on top of that, we'll go 4 cups of beef broth. And also in here is approximately about a 1/4 cup of Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce or something. We're going to leave that in the pot. We're going to cover it up. Very, very low simmer. Don't even look at it for 2 hours. See you then. It has been 2 hours and 40 minutes since we left our chili on the stove, just bubbling away. I've stirred it a couple times, just kind of getting things incorporated and keeping them that way. All the vegetables are kind of melting down and the meat smells fantastic, you guys. So, next part of the show, a whole bunch of canned goods. We're using some green chilies, 2 cans of crushed tomatoes, 2 cans of crushed chilies. We're going to use 4 cans. This is the 14-ounce size can of black beans. 4 cans of 11 ounces of corn, and 2 cans of the kidney beans. You guys are probably just totally giving up on me at this point, haven't you? Let me get all those ingredients put in the pot and we'll show you what we got going on. All right, so we incorporated all those ingredients from the cans into our pot. Stirred it up. We're just waiting for it to come back up to a simmer. It's getting weirder. Here we have 1.5 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips going in the pot. Yeah, I did that. You guys must trust me. I know so many people that have had this chili and they absolutely love it. I was just at the Farmageddon trip hosted by Pop's Quest, and I fed roughly 30, 40 people out there. I didn't hear any complaints, and I saw a lot of them, almost all of them, going back for seconds. Something's working with this chili, you guys. More weirdness coming up. Okay, so since we put all the rest of the ingredients in, it's been bubbling away on the stove for about an hour. It's pretty watery. If you look at it, you know, it's definitely very a thin consistency. It's where the thickener part of the show begins. So what I have here is about a dozen corn tortillas that I've just kind of cut into this little confetti-sized pieces. We're going to take this, put it in the pot. I know you guys think I'm insane. I don't care. It's awesome. We're going to put this in the pot. We're going to let it absorb all that water. Based on what we get after that, we're going to let it go another maybe 20 minutes. This is going to basically dissolve. You're never going to see it again. After that, one more surprise ingredient that's going to blow your mind. It's crazy, but it works. We are on the home stretch, people. Tell you what, there's one more ingredient left. And I'll show you guys right now. This is the chili as it stands. There's still quite a bit of liquid that's at the top. Most of the thickness is down at the bottom of the pot. And I like to get that all fluffed up, for lack of a better word. I like my chili really thick, hearty, lots of flavor. Obviously, there's lots of flavor going on here. We're gonna add this. You guys guess what this is? It's potato flakes, mashed potato flakes of your choice, doesn't matter. I can't tell you exactly how much you're gonna need. It really depends on how you like your chili. And this is 2 cups. So we're gonna just add it as we need it. I might use more, I might use less. We're gonna see, I'm gonna add it in now. Stick around for the taste test because you guys have been waiting long enough. It's gonna be killer. Promise. Here's the moment of truth, people. Tell you what, I'm confident this is awesome. It may seem weird, and I know I'm probably not going to get a lot of love for this video, but you know what? For all those people, you're wrong. Sorry. Let's do this. Look at this chili. See how thick it is? Look at that. This is what I call chili. And can't have chili without cheese. And Rick, is your 6 covered? Sorry, bro. No Fritos. Get this mixed up a little bit. It's still really hot. I just took it out of the cauldron of love, as we will call it. But I already know it's damn good. Melted cheese. I'm just gonna shut up and eat. Yep. There is seriously, absolutely nothing wrong with this. It's delicious. It took me about a year to figure this out. All the ingredients sound totally insane, but I tell you what, if you're willing to put forth the time, what time is it? It is 10 to 8. The sun has gone down long ago. 8-hour chili, $200 chili, whatever you want to call it. It's friggin' awesome, you guys. I hope you guys give it a shot. You guys know the drill. Hit that sub button, give me a thumbs up, and check me out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and stick around.